Week team coverage continues with News Channel 5's Jake Reiner.
Yeah, he has more on an elite group who works for the president that's here making sure these high-profile cars look their best. Jake?
Yeah, some of these expensive cars that are being prepared for Car Week are looking that expensive because of this group. Like you mentioned, they have been detailing in the past Air Force One, which we know is the president's plane. They've done it over the years, and most recently they've done it with George W. Bush, who was the president before Barack Obama. They have not done Obama's plane, but they've done many other planes that have been featured in various museums across the country, and today their level of professionalism was certainly on display.
Got to keep the right attitude.
I want it to be when somebody walks by, it's a wow. It's a wow moment where they stop and turn around and come back and look.
Safe to say Pat Loeb already has a lot on his mind, showing off his 1967 Ferrari 330 for the first time at Car Week. So he needs it to look good.
The transition that happens when we start, we show up, they're reluctant to let us touch their car. But then when they see the skill level of the team, they're just like, oh my gosh, you guys do what you do best.
Whether it's the wire wheels or it's the color of the paint or it's the glistening from the glass, it doesn't matter. You got to make it pop.
These 16 experts, with the leadership of Renny, Doyle, and Bob Phillips, call themselves the Detail Mafia. They're also known as the elite Air Force One detailing team, most notably working for President George W. Bush's aircraft.
Air Force One's usually what seals the deal.
But handling a 747 isn't the easiest thing in the world.
The hardest thing is, it's kind of like a painter. Everything's got to be in proportion. So if we do a really good job on one spot and the other team isn't doing as good a job as the other team, it looks blotchy.
Sometimes to get the trust of Ferrari owners is much more difficult than getting the trust of the government.
But for Bob Loeb, he says he's seen enough.
They are showing a professionalism that they wouldn't attack a car like this if they didn't know what they were doing.
Getting every last smudge, making sure you can see yourself and their hard work staring right back at you is what the Detail Mafia strives for. Yeah, that event I was at today was in preparation for what's called the Quail, a motorist gathering at the Quail Lodge and Golf Club. Now that will take place tomorrow night. In Carmel, I'm Jake Reiner, News Channel 5.